Democrat would be better than a child molester.
Would be naturally.
Have you?
But
Did you?
I feel so sorry. I think Doug has tried, but he's a liberal Democrat. He's
not a liberal Democrat either. He's a very moderate Democrat. He doesn't do anything that we want him to do, and I'm not going to be surprised when he jumps parties. But if you had went to,
if he jumps parties, he'll get reelected.
But the thing is that he's not jumping parties right now, and he's still the same person. Do you know what he's done for the widows that have been left behind by our servicemen killed in action?
I'm a retired Army guy, and I people thank me for my service. I say to them, my comment to you is, you do not ever vote for a Democrat because they want to destroy America.
You know what? I think that your attitude is really something that you don't need to be putting out there. I mean, that's
I don't intend to be.
This is the thing. Do you know about the widow's tax? Do you understand what the widow's tax is?
I do. I'm a retired Army officer.
All right. What happens with the widow's tax?
I'm not certain, but I do know that. I know that every time here's the problem I always have is with the Democratic Party.
No, we're not talking about the Democrat Party. We're talking about what goes on with this guy right here, Doug Jones. What has he done for people in Alabama?
And Doug Jones did.
It doesn't matter. I don't think you know what the widow's tax even is. But what that is all these servicemen that you say you were a serviceman and you had a spouse, if you paid extra to have insurance for that spouse, so that if something happened to you in service and you passed away and you wanted her to be left taken care of. So what happens with that widow's tax is that the allotment that she should be getting as a survivor of one of our servicemen who gave his life defending our country is decreased by the amount of money that she got from the insurance policy that he purchased and paid for. And sometimes she doesn't even get the same amount of money that her husband purchased and paid for. So Doug Jones has been trying to get that stopped, and he's finally got it on the budget bill so that it's going to be stopped. Now he's also
SBP too, like when you retire from the military, you pay SBP, a survivor benefit.
Right.
And that.
So if you paid into that survivor's benefits, the amount of money that she would get as a survivor is decreased.
About 40%.
And that's not right. So you've got somebody down there that's working for us, and all you can say is that he's got a D by his name. And you're walking around here in a Lions Club vest.
Well, I can just tell you that's the way most retired service guys feel.
Well, you weren't there the other night, and there was a lot of retired servicemen that were, and they were talking about the suicide rate among veterans. They were talking about this widow's tax, and they were talking about what good has come to Alabama since he's been in. And there's been a lot of good that's come to Alabama, and it's been because he's fighting for everybody, not just the people that have an R, because you're not educating yourself. You're just looking at a D. You're just looking at a D beside his name.
Exactly.
I'll
admit that.
That's your ignorance.
Yeah,
but I would appreciate it if you wouldn't show your ignorance here at this table.
Well, I absolutely agree. That is ignorance, and it is.
You should educate yourself because
of the D.
But no, it's because of you not wanting to educate yourself. These children who have been left behind, and in this recent tax bill by the Republicans, they passed it completely. They turned the children's benefit into something that was taxed at 33%. So you had widows who had children who had to pay in more taxes as a percentage than these rich jerks up on Wall Street.
Party at one time.
I don't care what you think about. I don't care what you think about the Democrat Party. Yeah. I just don't want you to think about it here at this booth, because we are here trying to help people learn about what's going on.
And you're trying to educate people about Doug Jones.
Yeah.
And
I
I'll tell
don't
you
need
this.
you coming over here doing this.
I don't intend to. I don't mean to be disrespectful to you at all. I do say this though.
Well, you passed by this booth, and then you turned around and came back and started saying this.
If that was disrespectful to you, accept my apology. I do not intend to do that. But I try to talk to people that have. I knew nothing
You didn't
about
have to
Doug
say
Jones.
anything about Doug Jones. You could have just said, it's hot today.
It is.
But that's not what you said.
You're exactly right.
You started in about, you hope.
I will admit that and say that you're 100% correct. And that is correct. Doug Jones, and I didn't know anything about Doug Jones at all.
But you should find out about him, because he might be wearing an R next to his name. If he, down the line, if the Democrat Party doesn't get their stuff together, he is a good representative for this state. And he's done more towards talking to the people of Coleman County than any other representative has, as far as, you may have people come to your little Republican meetings, and those are private meetings, but to have town halls and to invite people and to advertise it, that is something that does not happen often. And he did not just...
You are a good representative for Doug Jones. My hat's off to you. You've done a very good job. I'm convinced that you think he's done a great job, and that
there are things that he needs to improve on. I do not. I think that he is closer to a Republican than he is